instead of saying these are packages which you can go and take, you're saying I'm custom making the generating itinerary for you. This is your preferences. Yeah, that's a very good point. As a user, I'm not aligned with your default offering. Then I need the freedom to go and change it. As long as each click is meaningful, supporting a decision and taking them to a good path, the clicks are meaningful. Understand the user behavior, build the architecture in such a way that you aid the user behavior. How do I get to premier itineraries?
So we'll have to click on where to, because that's the first thing that people, they are naturally doing. This is what we observed when we were talking. So
Yeah.
then we fill up these questions, and then towards the end of it, it's an option whether to create something or look at a pre-made one.
Sure, show me that. Yeah. I felt that was missing.
Yeah, so here where to and then itinerary. Budget, and here let me create and generate itinerary. So
What is this generate itinerary?
So the idea is based on the interests and the inputs that they have given. We are giving them, it's recommending it. The itinerary is getting generated for the user.
Interesting, very interesting. Okay, instead of saying these are packages which you can go and take, you're saying I'm custom making the generating itinerary for you. This is your preferences. Yeah, that's a very good point. Very good point. But will people understand the word generate? Did you do any testing?
Yeah, we tested with 5 users.
What was the task you have given them?
So the idea was for the users to find the itineraries for them after they input their, however they would search on the app. The idea was for them to find the itineraries and book it.
Yeah, make the booking through itinerary basically.
Got it. Beautifully done. I think this is a very good insight which you have brought in. A very good answer which you have given. Okay. Now, can you go to the pre-made itineraries editing flow? One more thing I've noted down is customizing an existing itinerary versus creating an itinerary. Are they both in perfect sync as per the ask?
So we have allowed customization only after the itineraries are generated, and when they look at it, and that customization is allowed. For creating your own itinerary, we are just giving a blank canvas for them, the users to
Blank
choose.
canvas is good to start. So let us say you are in a stay, you are saying add another stay. What is this add another stay?
So we were coming up with cases where when we were exploring this average transaction value, how would we look at it? Because we realized nobody is going to extend a stay. But at the same time, within the given 4-5 days.
On day 1, why would you stay in 2 places?
Yeah, so we assumed someone, if they would check out at 9 a.m., the rest of the day, they don't have a place to stay in case they require an option. That is why we considered that scenario. A scenario where if they had checked out earlier in the morning, we are giving them the flexibility to add another stay. And in a case where it's overlapping, we were initially thinking of a pop-up saying there's a stay already booked. But that is not covered here. But we did consider, we tried designing for it as well.
Yeah, error state of sorts, as well as we also thought about the situation where, for example, they really want to stay in an expensive stay, but they can't, their budget doesn't allow it. So they can flip between 2 properties on the same trip. So for example, on a Sunday, for example, they can stay in a cheaper place.
But
Yeah,
it's not clear. Why would a user?
Yeah.
It naturally is not clear. They can have these cases. Doesn't mean you build these things and just allow them to decide. Let us say for a happy customer, where is the restriction? Tell me what is happening. Like that way it is not clear. What is the check-in, check-out so that I can go and you're having a check-in. You have 2 stays where you check in at 9 a.m. Awesome, this is. But is it like 2 people there and 2 people here? Then it also makes sense. I understand your rationale, but build for it. One good thing is it is scalable, even if you want multiple stays, multiple types. That way I give you points on the architectural part of it, but representationally it is failing. Okay.
Got it.
Parents and childs, just make sure childs are going to the proper parents and I can keep navigating back and forward. Next, how do I change this existing stay? Modify. Okay. What is change and modify?
So change is if you want to change the property itself, whereas if you want to make some modifications on this time or on the check-in, or you want to request for a early check-in, so those are the places where you can do that.
Not very natural. Modify is happening to what? To the day, to the time, to what? The particular property?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
somewhat not very clear. If these are the children of the property, the properties of the stay, then what you did makes sense, right? Okay. Now go to the new one creation. Ah, fine. Click on the stays. Got it, got it, got it. It's the same. Because you have hidden edit in the ellipses, that's why I got confused. I thought there is no way to edit a pre-made itinerary, whereas in the add flow, it is coming differently. Okay.
So we were actually debating around that. How do we make that discoverable? If we add it, we couldn't really position it on it. So then we thought these three dots having more options,
Look,
at least
can't all of these three options, whether it is delete, modify, or change, be represented with an edit icon? Because all of them are modifying the booking only, no?
Yeah. So the idea was that some of the features you'll not see and it will unlock, like for example, on an iPhone, when you long press it and it starts wiggling, right? So certain features gets unlocked when you open the edit, so that a lot of things we can just hide behind that. But sometimes the problem was that it might not be very intuitive enough, or the discoverability will not be justified enough. So that's the reason we had to put it. And there were some unique scenarios where everything was not clear. So that's why.
Modifying your
Yeah.
itinerary is the primary action in the consideration stage in any way, right? I mean, what else do you want to do here? Read what is there and change what is there. These are two most important goals.
Yeah.
Consume
Mm.
what your stay is, and okay, is it like how good is this stay? Look at the photos and stuff like that, and look at the timing and all that stuff, or modify it. These are the two most important actions.
Yeah, but we also thought about, for example, you want to swap some of the experiences or other things like that. Or for example, you feel that you'll be too tired in the generated one, so you don't want to do anything on the first day, and it suggests you certain things. So you know how to make sure that there's a different options to swap it from a different activity, all of those things. So
This is
we
fine.
had to, yeah,
Any of it is a modification only. That's what.
yeah,
Argument is all of these are modifications, and it has to be more clear. That's it. I didn't
got it.
find it in the first go. That's why I noted down the point, but you
Mm.
showed to me clicking on those ellipses, then it was a little clear. Now the next question is, your stays and experiences are separated and not flowing in a timeline. Why?
initially we did give that, but what happened was to have this add another stay or experience was not really clear to the users. So then we decided, okay, if they were to have a look at that stay, then yes. But overall, it does flow along that timeline, as in the stay and then the experience based on that timeline for that particular day.
It kind of breaks. You know what? What you're trying to do is you're putting both edit, modification, and representation in the same place, which is what is happening here. Let us say I can modify the day itself. Then probably show me this view where I'm adding another stay, adding another experience. Let us say in day one, representationally, you are giving the full timetable. You have only given modification, you are not representing it.
We broke that only because
it.
after the 3 user feedbacks, we realized that was the barrier for them moving forward. There was clarity lacking.
What is the specific insight?
That editing was not clear. We had put it towards the end. That add another stay and add another experience, we had actually placed at the end of the timeline, but then
That's
it
what-
was not visible to them.
Yes, the feedback is valid. If that is what you have done, modification is not in line, which makes sense, right? Now, there are two ways to offer modification. Offer inline modification within it, something in a timeline, which you that's what I'm saying. Your ellipsis is not making it clear.
Okay.
Probably the modify, clearly modify as a button, as a secondary button, might have added even more affordance to it, even more signifiers to it, right?
Hmm.
Modify it. Or one more model which I'm asking you to say is below the day, you can have modify the day or something like that, or change the itinerary for the day or something like that. This is a day level change.
So just where there's day one and the date mentioned is
There
where
or
you're
from
saying,
inside also. That's the parent. That's the tab parent. Inside this whole page is also belonging to the day, right?
hmm,
One more model is to explore a way in which I can click on edit for the particular day, and then take me to a window where I am separately editing the states and experiences. Again, after coming back, you can come back to the representation.
okay,
That is another model. Or you give contextual modify
Hmm.
to each of these things.
okay.
But that only makes people's lives difficult because, again, you don't know what to select at which particular point of time. You can't take the decision. You'll have to let the product take the decision.
Other thing, actually, we also considered the number of clicks that they would have to go through to complete the booking process, because we were thinking of a happy flow where at the end of it, we needed
Clear your
them
concept.
to complete it.
It's a very
Complete
important
the
conception. I'll clear your conception. Firstly, how do you optimize on number of clicks? Yeah, what's the reason you will do it?
We optimize it so that they can check
Means
out as soon as
conversions, right?
possible. Yeah.
Reduce the number of clicks, reducing the number of drop-offs and higher
Yeah.
conversions. That's
Yeah.
how we try to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is oversimplified, right? This feels too oversimplified. For
Hmm.
to conversions, you reduce number of clicks, then don't allow me to do anything. There's no freedom itself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's not what works. Then people will probably just drop off not using it itself. Let's add what Krug says. Steve Krug says in Don't Make Me Think. The book says it should not be meaningless clicks.
Yeah.
As long as each click is meaningful, supporting a decision, giving the freedom to the user, and taking them to a good path, the clicks are meaningful. Clicks can be there, right?
Hmm.
I'll tell you how to put these things into practice. Very
Okay.
important. All of you listen. Again, the advanced level stuff, which you guys might not learn anywhere, right? It's not easy as a fresher. Now, what we do is, what is the default flow? Let us say I am aligned with most of the decisions which the product has taken for me, which you also call as a happy flow or a default flow. There you optimize the number of clicks by not reducing the clicks, but reducing the number of decisions, reducing the number of complicated decisions which I have to make, reduce them.
Yeah.
As a user, I'm not aligned with your default offering. Then I need the freedom to go and change it. You need to offer me those clicks. That is how you optimize for clicks. Do you understand this? Your happy flow or your default. Imagine this. I come here. I'm perfectly happy with your recommendation of the itinerary. Day 1, day 2, day 3, everything great. Stays recommended, activities recommended, everything is great. Awesome. I shouldn't be clicking anything. I should simply say book the itinerary and go forward. Simple. Right? For that reason, all you need to offer me is a representation of what the itinerary is and clearly show me what are all there. Simple. I'm not even clicking on anything. I'm not even modifying it. But if I choose to modify, give me the affordance to modify it. Give me the signifier for it. And the moment I tap it, allow me to do it. It is in context. I'm going to the child of modification from the parent of the page. Allow me to do it. Let me take those decisions and come back. It is natural. That's how humans behave. You don't restrict that saying that, okay, now I'm giving a lot number of clicks and your conversion is being affected because you are not giving freedom there because the user has chosen to modify it. You understand? This is how you balance the user control and freedom versus flexibility and efficiency of use. Your product always offers a more efficient way of doing things. Is your happy path the most easy,
Convenient. Yeah.
efficient way of making a booking? But on top of it, you also have user control and freedom. User chooses to take the freedom and control it much better manner. Your system allows for it as well. What you need to do, you need to understand the user behavior and build the architecture in such a way that you aid the user behavior. This is what you do your research for. You understand what your research is telling you, what is the most probable way user is going to come and behave. Base is that you make your default flow so that most users who come here by default align with what your proposal is. Thereby, I've saved a lot of clicks. That's why conversion was also your goal. On top of it, you're also helping me customize it. and let me go make those customizations, come back and sit back in the summary which I have,
Yeah, got it.
right?